Okay, so since I've been updating y'all, I thought I would give you a quick housing update because I had been documenting my housing struggles since I was homeless. So currently, the housing authority is not paying for my apartment because the maintenance will not fix the problems. So y'all remember when I moved in, about a month later, the ceiling in the bathroom fell in while I was taking a shower? That problem has persisted through the years. They patch the ceiling, but they don't fix the leak. And so when the inspector comes, there's a fresh ceiling, and you can't tell that it's holding back water because it's a fresh ceiling. And then by the time the month is over, or the 6 months is over, and the inspector comes back, it's rotted through again. And so it fails. And they come and they repaint the ceiling. And then it passes the inspection, but the leak is never addressed. The leak is never fixed. I don't think they're qualified to fix the leak, is the problem. They are only qualified to put up more drywall, and the leak just continues leaking. So my inspection comes in October. It fails because the ceiling at this point is not just leaking, it is growing mushrooms. There are stems coming out of the ceiling. I have been terrified that there's going to be like mold in my lungs. And I've been satiating that fear by thinking maybe it'll just give me a constant shot of penicillin that'll keep me alive forever. Because that's my luck, isn't it? So it fails the October inspection. What happens when it fails an inspection is they send me a letter that has the deficiencies listed on it, right? So they send me a letter and they send me a new inspection date, and they send the management a letter that has the deficiencies and the new inspection date. So the first 2 weeks goes by because the next inspection date is always 2 weeks later. Fail the inspection, 2 weeks later, you're going to have a new inspection. So 2 weeks later, that inspection fails because maintenance never came. This is the first time this has ever happened, that we received a letter that they failed and they just took 2 weeks and refused to ever show up. But that's what they did. So they get another letter. Okay, we're no longer paying you. Fix this. So the letter I've got here, the last one I received, was November 13th they sent it. It says, we're not paying you anymore until you fix this. We're not even setting up a new inspection date until you fix this. Fix this shit, right? So they haven't. They haven't showed up. They haven't knocked on the door. They haven't tried to contact me in any way to say, hey, we need to fix this. Until last week. Last Wednesday, which you might acknowledge is the day before Thanksgiving. Last Wednesday, they knock on my door and they say, hey, somebody said we need to come and look at some problems. What do we need fixed? And I got a little frustrated. They're asking me what needs to be fixed because I know they received a letter that has it listed. And I told them, you should have received a letter telling you what to fix. But I showed them the bathroom while I looked for my copy of the letter. So first off, he lies to me. He tells me that they never received a letter. Bullshit, I've received 2. I've received 2. Don't tell me you haven't received a single one. But whatever, lie to me. It's not my job to call you on your lies. Not really. It's my job to be the schizophrenic woman in the final apartment down here. So I show him the mushrooms growing from the ceiling, and he says that he needs to go and get some supplies. He's going to go to Home Depot. Okay. He says he'll be back tomorrow. The Wednesday before Thanksgiving, he verbally tells me, I will be here tomorrow to fix this. I'm going to get supplies right now. I will be here tomorrow. And I thought this was a little suspect because tomorrow is Thanksgiving. He's not going to show up on Thanksgiving. But then I think he's Mexican. Maybe he does work on Thanksgiving. I don't know. But he is very adamantly telling me he's going to be here on Thanksgiving to fix this problem. So, okay, I give up my white woman holiday. I don't do anything at all on Thanksgiving. I don't even go out to get the free turkey on Skid Row. I don't leave to go and get supplies for my own meal. I stay sitting on my bed, watching the shadows under the doorway, waiting. And waiting. And waiting. And he didn't come on Thanksgiving. And he didn't show up the day after Thanksgiving either. Or the day after that. 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 And now, well, here we are. Another Wednesday. A full week after he told me I will be here tomorrow. And I have been sitting here day after day, hour after hour, watching the shadows under my door to make sure that I don't miss. If they rap so lightly that I can't hear it, I will see somebody standing at the door. I have wound up opening the door for somebody that was next door because I thought that they were standing at my door and I didn't hear a knock. And I'm so paranoid. Like, my paranoia is so high. Every bang, every knock, I think is my door. And it never is. It never is. So I have been talking to my therapist and my doctor, and they have put me back in touch with the housing coordinator there at Gateways. And we are looking into getting me another place. A friend and I might be moving. We might not have a choice. If they don't fix this, I don't know what happens. I don't know if housing will hire a plumber to come and do the job for them, or if they're just going to condemn the unit. But if they don't do something, I'm going to have to find someplace else. Housing is going to have to give me someplace else. And it does not appear that either they're not capable of fixing this problem or they are not willing to fix this problem, because they have not fixed this problem in 4 years. 4 years. You can go back to my Adrasdea old videos and see me talking about this same ceiling. And because of the water damage that this has caused, they have had to do extensive repairs to that bathroom. They've had to replace the tub and the flooring underneath the tub. They had to replace the toilet and the flooring underneath the toilet. They have had to basically replace the entire bathroom because they keep allowing the water to flood down and damage the entire bathroom. The foundation, the ceiling, the entire room is a hazard. And they clearly are not planning to do anything about it, even when they look me in my face and tell me, we're going to be here tomorrow. No, the fuck you're not. It made me so mad, too, because he's short. And I wish that they had sent the tall man to lie to me, because it feels more disrespectful to stand my height and lie to me. Like, don't do that. I'm eventually going to knock your ass out. Don't do that. And he lied to me multiple times, because when he told me that they didn't get the letter, I knew for a fact they got the letter, because on the letter, one of the problems was outside. It was the greenery that had overgrown and had become a fire hazard outside the window. And 2 days after we received the letter to fix these things, that was cleaned up. So you're not going to tell me that you didn't receive that letter and yet you somehow miraculously fixed some of the problems that were stated in it. It's a nightmare. It's an ongoing nightmare, and I put a sign on the door, like letting them know I am here. If I'm not answering, knock loud, but I am here and I am waiting, and we need to get this fixed. Because what the fuck?